Hello and welcome to OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and Tech Wizard Abigail.
Apparently you ran out of steam halfway through that sentence. Hello everybody, welcome back.
Abigail. I'm just a bit confused because normally this is redlining everything by this point, but it seems to be working okay today.
Oh, that's decent. That's very good.
I whacked the gain down quite considerably. Seems to have stopped the enormous increase in volume that I was experiencing. Yeah, I've got a lot more freedom now. I was just playing about with it there. Yeah, it's interesting. How? What have you been? What have we been?
We have been playing Halo.
Thank you. Yes.
We played to some Halo that's and I will forget how to say it once more. A customs match.
No, we're not going through passport control, so it's custom. It's not customs. It's custom. We are customizing it, not
custom
being
match.
Investigated.
It is a match from which we can custom to our own specifications. It is a custom match.
Customized.
Custom match.
Matchimum.
Custom match.
Match player. Match. Custom match.
Custom match. Yes. So it's a we played it and I was
Custard.
slaughtered.
The first one you did.
I was slaughtered.
That 15... No, wait. 12-6, something like that.
There was an unfortunate moment where about...
13-6.
Probably about halfway to the end of the game where I was just getting very, very angry at you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was getting fed up of consistently being killed.
Yeah. You were so wound up that I was able to use it as a tactic. I mean, I actually started dodging sniper bullets. Like, literally, just moving to the side as you pulled the trigger.
Because like I think at one point, I was up on a wall and you went, oh, for goodness sakes, Abigail, bang, you're dead. Bang, and I was like, what the heck's going on? Because you were high above.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying to point out how easy it was for me to see you. Because you don't... Because you're playing me and I like to hug to little nooks and crannies, you're used to having to see people who are hiding in little nooks and crannies. So you're very good at detecting people in nooks and crannies when you think you know where they are, right?
Yeah.
But your general perception's not quite there yet because I was standing out in the open. You just were so busy looking at nooks and crannies, you weren't looking at the whole picture.
So we basically almost fell out.
Yeah, but you also, just let me finish, you also were standing in the middle of a window. You weren't at the edge, you were in the middle of the window. I mean, come on, you make my job way too easy there. In the same spot I'd already killed you twice.
I was very upset.
Mm-hmm.
I was very upset and I honestly was very close to throwing the controller at the television screen.
Mm-hmm. I
was fed up. I was very, 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 very fed up at that point because I was like, this isn't fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like a task. I'm trying to think, an exercise in, there's a phrase for it, an exercise in futility.
Say that again.
Futility. An exercise in futility.
I can't work out if you said frutility or fertility.
I said frutility.
Mm.
I believe that's a sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like an exercise in futility.
Mm-hmm.
Which is never fun when you're trying to have fun.
Resistance is futile.
You are futile.
Thank you. So what did I do?
Really, no. You at one point insinuated that I was intentionally not thinking things through.
No, that was the following game.
It kind of merged all into one for a while.
Do you remember any of the kills I got on you?
A lot of them were from high up. I remember that.
There was one
where you were moving.
There was one where I jumped off of a giant rotating wheel, and as I fell between two, I think it was a piece of metal and a piece of stone, like a bit of building made of stone and a piece of metal.
Yeah.
As I was falling through that, I took a shot that went through the window you were standing behind, hit you straight in the head as I was falling.
Yeah, so you were doing tricky shots. Very unsportsmanlike. So I came up and hit you in the head.
Yeah, you punched me in the back of the head and killed me. But I was pulling off
while you were trying to give me pointers.
Yeah. But I was pulling off some pretty incredible shots. There was one where you took a shot at me and missed, and I was hiding behind a barricade. And I just sprinted to the barricade and threw myself over the top of the barricade and took the shot as I went and just straight through your head.
I don't know how you can jump and shoot at the same time. And also, you gave me those stupid alien sniper things.
That rifle's not as good as I remember it. I must have...
It's rubbish.
I don't think you can even get a headshot with it. It just looks like the beam is too diffuse. I need to look into that and see if there's a different weapon.
So yeah, and then we played another game and I won.
Do you want to explain that?
I won, and then I was super happy I won.
Oh, great.
And
that's
you
how
bought
you're
me...
Alright, on you
go. Basically, you were using it as a teaching moment and not as a real... As like a full-on game, if that makes any sense.
I was trying to teach you what you had been doing wrong, because I said we need to take a more deliberate approach, and you thought we were actually playing... I thought it was kind of obvious when we were playing a sniping match and I got in a Banshee for 5 minutes that I was trying to teach you things.
Yeah, but I also hid from that Banshee.
Yes, because...
I had nothing else I could do.
And how did you know that?
Because you tried to drum it into my head, even though I asked you many times what you meant, and I was getting sad at the fact that I couldn't think of it.
And what was I asking you? What I said to you, what could you do if I attacked you with any particular weapon?
I said die.
And then you said hide, and then you said shoot.
Run. Oh, sorry, run. Yeah, shoot.
Because you see, run would have been the answer I was happy with, and the fact that you gave it there instantaneously absolutely vindicates when I said, and you've already mentioned this, that you were being willfully stupid.
Can I also state the fact that when we went to play, it was 2 hours later into the evening than it is now?
That's not going to help anybody listening.
Well, it's later on in the evening, and therefore I was more tired.
It was late on and you were tired, but you were literally running your character around. He said, look, what else can you do in this game? I don't know. While moving your character around. So I said, what are you doing at the minute? And you went, move?
Tommy's clapping his hands, by the way, for those of who cannot see what he's doing.
I was trying to put it close enough to the mic for you to be able to hear, but...
It wasn't really being picked up.
Well, it will be on mine. My recording will pick up the smaller noises. I think Discord cuts off some of the small noises. But obviously OBS picks them all up.
So yeah, I hid from you for quite a while, and eventually you gave up in the Banshee, and you teleported to the part where I think you knew where I was.
I knew exactly where you were. Hold on. Pardon me. Sorry. But,
sorry.
Do you remember what I got wrong?
You faced the wrong way. No. You were going to crouch and you hit the wrong button.
Yes, I parked my Banshee right outside the beaming thing on that map, and I had to duck to get round the Banshee into the transporter. But because it's Halo 2 controls and I'm used to Halo 5, apart from just hitting B to duck, I also hit the button that zoomed in the scope. And I don't know how, because I don't think those buttons are actually in other places. I just had a brain fart. And so I went through the teleporter, crouched, and with my scope up. And I knew you were behind me, but I couldn't do a thing about it because I was scoped.
So I hit you in the back of the head. Or did I shoot you? I can't actually remember.
I think you did both all at the same time. It was like, as you brought up the gun to hit me with it, you pulled the trigger and then smashed me, and I died twice. But that was
more fun.
There was a good 5 minutes in there where, I'll be honest with you, I was having to play at my best to keep up. But there was a good 10 minutes in there where I was basically playing with you.
There's that.
So that's sort of what I'm getting at, is that I genuinely thought that it was a teaching thing, because I said that before we went in. And do you remember the part where I took There was a good minute where I was running around the map, just like every 5 to 10 seconds, I'd take a shot at you and hit the ground in front of you.
Yeah.
That wasn't me being rubbish. That was me trying to point out, I can see you when you do these things. But if I kill you, I've noticed that you get very upset.
Yes.
But if I just shoot at you, you learn. Because you don't get annoyed, but you realise, oh, he can see me, I need to do better than this. But you don't do that when you die. When you die, you just get upset.
Well, who wouldn't get upset?
Me.
Well, apart from you.
Me, James, Hills, Samuel.
Well.
And the reason why we are as good as we are is
I'm an emotional person.
Because we're boys and superior. Is because...
Thank you for listening today, everybody.
It's because...
I'm going away now.
No, it was just when you said you're an emotional person. That's a fact. Women are more likely to react to something with emotion and feelings, and men are more likely to act a little bit more objectively, especially in a crisis situation. So that's why I said that. I was just being silly. It was because you don't look at it objectively. So instead of saying, bang, I got shot, what did I do wrong? Okay, I'll not do that again. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I used to be like. And since I've stopped doing that, I've become better and better. I would say now that there is... I would say now that there is nobody in our group that plays that is better than me. Maybe better at some things, and definitely as good as me, but I wouldn't objectively say there's anybody there that is just better than I am.
Have you made me your Padawan? Is that what's happened?
Mm-hmm. Well, I need to teach somebody something, don't I?
So yeah, so that's what we were up to, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm. No, as I said, you were really good. And do you know the difference between the first game when you got 6 kills and the second game when you got 7?
No.
I told you at the time. You got 1 headshot in a sniper's match in the first game. You got 5 out of 7 kills in the second game.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, because I was more accurate.
And you were faster too. I was actually worried. I didn't have time to faff about. I couldn't dodge your shots because you were actually hitting me. And I didn't have time to go, hey, and then go bang because you were taking the shots quickly.
Yeah.
Just remember, the faster you take a shot, even if you hit someone in the chest, it unscopes.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
But it means that if you shoot me, I can't scope you. I have to no-scope you across the battlefield.
True. I will keep that in mind.
Basically, aim for the head slightly low. Unless they're moving, and I've always found it easier to aim for the top of the head. I don't know why. Especially in Halo 5. Yeah, it could be. It could be the fact that normally... I think it might be the fact that normally when I play with the guys, the way we do sniping is that actually you snipe uphill, not across or down, just the map we use. So I think I'm used to aiming for the little top of the helmet. So, yeah.
So that's what I have been playing. What have you been playing, good sir?
Well, you were there because I was crossing over from playing with Mind Bloodad to playing with you, and you...
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I was brought into a group chat unknowing there was going to be 3 people, including myself, which it was a pleasant surprise. I like chatting to your brother. He's a nice guy. But I was just like listening to you two play. So I had no idea what was going on.
I was going to ask you. I'll explain what we did. Because we got into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. But I would like you to think, during the last one is when we were talking to you, so I'd like you to try and explain what you think was going on, because we deliberately didn't use any key words or terms, because we didn't want you to have anything spoiled for if you ever play this game yourself.
I remember something about lava. And that's about it. Because I was in the midst of recounting your brother with artists that do crazy, crazy stuff. But I do remember something about lava.
I can't
There was no lava, was there?
Are you okay?
Was there lava?
There was an attempt to make lava.
Okay.
We were trying to make lava because we were fighting a a boss that from the looks of it is built to be just annoying to fight. I think it's meant to be a sort of disincentive towards going to that area of the map.
Yeah.
Because it's got nearly like 2,000 or 3,000 points of health. I think it's 3,000 points of health. And we do like 25, 30 points of damage to it a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So if all 4 of us hit, that's 120. So that means that you need 25 rounds to kill it.
Yeah.
So it's a fight that takes like half an hour. So we were trying to find another way to do it. So we were going to try and trick it into walking into lava, which is insta-death for everything. Unless they're immune to lava. Lava walker, or well, immune to lava, that would be Obi-Wan Kenobi. So we're trying to Obi-Wan Kenobi ourselves against this enemy. But can you explain anything else?
I honestly cannot remember anything else, I'm afraid.
You don't remember us saying anything strange, like?
I'm honestly sorry, I really don't remember.
So basically, it's Divinity Original Sin.
Are you upset?
No, I'm just crying. I'm inconsolable. That's all.
I'm sorry, I can't remember what happened.
It's fine. I'm just inconsolable. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to say audio reactions are slightly better when it's a radio play. You pulling faces at me doesn't work. Oh, I headbutted the microphone. Right. So.
You silly man.
So we were fighting a few fights and exploring a wee bit of the map that we're on, and it was actually quite good. It's all snow creatures, so all of our people are armed with fire weapons. It's pretty fun. Got into a few fights, got some good loot. Yeah, it was fun. And then we came up against this thing. Right, okay. What are we going to do? There's a lava trap back there.
I thought you were talking to me there for a second. I thought you were upset with the fact that I scratched my head.
What are we going to do? I know what we'll do. There's a lava trap back there. We'll trick it into the lava trap. Now, so far, if I'm being honest, we haven't been that successful. So we need to do it next time we play. That's where we'll be, fighting this guardian monster, right?
Yeah.
We have been very successful at other things, such as being tricked into the lava trap ourselves.
How can you be tricked into the lava trap yourself?
Well, I'll put it this way. It's not the enemy that's tricking us into the lava trap.
It's the lava?
No, it's us. We didn't understand how the lava trap worked and kept setting it off. So the first time I moved Medora across to the lava trap, we were going to move across the lava trap, right?
Yeah.
And then use this special burst attack that the melee fighters have, this sort of like raging bull attack that goes through all the enemies and travels up to 15 meters, and then walk across to the switch and turn the lava trap on when it's on the trap.
Yeah.
But she ran across the switch, turned it on, it stays on once you come off the switch, and so she ran straight into the lava trap. And I couldn't stop her. That's happened 2 or 3 times where we've gone, what do you think we turn it on and we can't turn it off, and so we'll say, right, this must be it, we must be okay, it must be fine, go now, and then I run a character across and lava death. It turns out that walking on and then off the switch turns it on. There's a lever up the back that'll turn it off permanently, which we don't want to use, obviously, because we try to trap it in. And there's 4 switches that if you run across the top of at the same time, as in all 4 are depressed at the same time, it keeps the lava off.
Poor, sad, depressed people.
What?
I thought you said if you keep them depressed. The depressed switch is oh so sad.
So what we're going to try next time is a bit of sneaking to see if we can get up there without starting the fight. And we're also going to try and pick up some chests and some barrels and start putting them down on these switches.
Yeah.
So that we can get it to run across, and then we'll just have any ranged unit, which would be my brother's 2 mages, to attack the barrels and blow them up. And as soon as one's destroyed, that should activate the lava. Dead in one go. Pull the lever. Lava switch is permanently turned off. Bob's your uncle. And this tree monster is dead.
Hey.
That's what we're going to try and do.
It sounds like you're still enjoying it, though, from what I was listening to last night. From what I can remember.
Yeah, it was really, really difficult, though. It was really it was quite tedious. But I am enjoying it.
That's good.
It's a lot of fun. It's difficult. It punishes you when it's trying to make you make difficult decisions. So I've got a wand that would kill that enemy in one move. But if I use it, my character gets a disease.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that.
No.
You do not want to be doing that.
If we go and get another character, she apparently has a point in a necessary ability that means that she would be able to use the wand safely.
Yeah.
But we don't know how the leveling system works, and she's not in the party.
Oh dear.
So we don't know whether or not she would be really weak, and whoever we normally run about with would lose out on the experience. So what we've decided is to just try and get this lava to work and have some fun while we're doing it.
Sounds like you are, though, so that's good.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we can find some way to get on the other side of the lava and then just confuse the beast into walking into it.
Sounds like a plan.
So, there was one last thing we were going to talk about, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What was that thing?
How I can improve on the Halo stuff.
On the Halo stuff. Excuse me.
On the Halo custom matches.
Hey, you said it right this time.
Thank you.
You've already improved.
Pat on my own head.
I will now pat you on the head.
Thank you. I feel loved. Not really.
No.
I feel very patronized.
Yes.
I feel like you're very condescending.
It's the huge smile and massive Nead Hod head nod, like you actually thought you'd got it right.
Oh, please tell me I got it right. Condescending.
Yeah, condescending.
That's what I said.
You said condescending.
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 Yes, you said condescending.
I thought it was condescending.
No, condescending as in to descend, to look down, condescend.
I thought you told me that wasn't right. What did I used to say?
Condescending.
Condescending.
Which is like a combination of condensation or condensing and condescending.
So anyway, we're going to try and improve upon my gameplay, which is looking around more.
Okay,
taking faster shots. I'm just trying to remember. Sorry.
I was just going to say use slightly more particular terms so you understand exactly what it is you're expected to do.
Look around.
Look round betterizings.
Look around bettered. I need to look around bettery.
Awareness. I
need to heighten my awareness. I need to heighten my speed. I need to quicken my speed on taking the shot. Don't take so long.
Target acquisition rate.
And don't rely on grenades because I've now had them taken off of me.
Yes, because you're very good with stickies because you throw them straight at the enemy. You're very bad with human grenades because you throw them straight at the enemy and those ones bounce.
And blow me up.
The number of times I go into a fight with you and a grenade just sails over my shoulder. I think because you use them as a crutch, that's the problem. We can't work on your skill in melee, we can't work on your skill in sniping or with any other weapon if you have a grenade because you will immediately throw them if I come anywhere near you. And then you're using grenades badly and it's just not working. So I took them away. And
you did.
I'll give you grenades at some other point and we'll work on grenades.
Okay.
But what we're going to work on first is your sniping because it's your best skill. And if we can get that to a
relatively decent level.
Above average, because I think you're above average already. Let's go with excellent. Let's be honest with you. I think it's I say outstanding. What's higher, outstanding or exceptional?
Exceptional.
Right, so outstanding would be mine.
Yeah.
Exceptional would be somebody who has their eyes shut, pulls the trigger, and 8 people die. I'm talking about mine where I jump through things and go floof and go bang. I think the four of us are at that, and that's where you are going to be in time. But that takes time. We can speed that up. We can't cut the time out. But we can get you from above average to excellent.
Yeah. Well, I'll be happy with that.
But the grenades one wasn't one of them.
Okay.
I
will not.
That's not one of the 3 lessons, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because the grenades is a different weapon.
Yeah.
The sniping was awareness.
Okay.
Because not only do you need to be able to see where I am, which sort of could be awareness / perception, but you need to have awareness of yourself. You can't just be poking your gun out. Like, you do know when you poke your gun, see if you do ever hide and poke your gun out, you know the barrel sticks out, right?
Yes, I do know that, but I also forget.
Right, and so I just see a barrel flopping about. And then it moves slightly further out and flops about again as you scan looking for me. And then out a bit more and flops. And then an arm pokes out. And then a faceplate comes out. And then you're basically... I don't know what you're doing after that because you're in the middle of the window and the gun is pointing down the room you're in.
Yeah.
You know, it pokes out. So, and you poke out. You're standing in the middle of the window. You're not some tiny invisible thing. You're enormous to me. I can see that. So,
right, I will work on that for future. I will work on all those points for future.
No, it's not what you're going to do. It's what we're going to do to teach you.
Well,
we're discussing the lesson plan.
Okay.
So the lesson plan is this. Or this is my homework to you.
Uh-huh.
You need to work on your critical evaluation and objectivity.
Okay.
Because I don't see everything that you do.
Yeah.
You do. So I can only give you feedback on what I see.
Mm-hmm.
But if I kill you, I don't get a kill cam, so I can't see what you did. So you need to be able to evaluate everything you do and figure out what you did wrong and what you're going to do to not do that. But also, what did I do right and what am I going to do to keep doing that?
Okay, next point.
This is basically the whole conversation. There is no next point.
Okay.
So what I'm going to say to you is this. How are you going to do that?
By listening, examining, and taking account of what I do right and wrong.
Okay. Whose answer is that?
Mine.
Sounded like somebody else's to me.
Yours.
Okay. We'll try again. How exactly are you going to do that?
Right, critical evaluating all the good stuff.
No, I'm asking you how. Okay, what's critical evaluation then?
It's the seeing what I've done right and wrong, and anything I'm doing right, keep doing it, and anything I do wrong, how can I improve on it?
So it's... Yeah, you're judging it essentially.
Yeah.
And what's objectivity?
To get better.
No, objectivity, not the objective. What's objectivity?
I don't understand.
What is objectivity?
I thought it was the same thing as objective.
What's subjectivity?
I don't know.
If you're being subjective about something, what is it?
I don't know.
We've had this conversation before. Do you remember the comparison of subjective and objective?
I still don't know.
What's your favourite piece of art? Have you seen the Hobbit movies?
Yes.
Have you seen the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yes.
Right. Which trilogy is better?
Lord of the Rings.
Which one do you prefer?
Lord of the Rings.
Right. If I told you that I thought the Lord of the Rings was better, but I prefer the Hobbit trilogy, categorise those as objective or subjective?
Objective Lord of the Rings, subjective The Hobbit.
Why?
Because subjective is personal opinion and objective is general opinion?
No.
Does that make sense?
What did you say before that you were going to do? You were going to something your work.
Evaluate?
Yes.
And yeah, okay.
So if something is objectively better, you can critically evaluate it and say this is better. But that doesn't mean you prefer it.
Okay.
Subjective is essentially what do you prefer. Objective is what is actually better. So why is it that you're going to need to learn to critically evaluate and be objective?
So I can play with you and your friends.
No, that's why you're going to do it. Why is it do you need to do it?
To get better.
Right. So why don't you just do it anyway?
Because I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
No, take out the word wrong.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, you can't critically evaluate if you don't know what it is and how to do it.
Okay.
So that's why you need to learn it.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to focus on, is getting you to judge everything objectively and critically. But that can also be positive. When you do something well, how do you repeat doing the right thing if you don't know what it is?
You need to find it out.
Exactly. And you need to be able to do that, otherwise you're not going to get any better, because I can speed the process up here. I can't do it for you.
Yeah, okay, right. I know what I need to do.
Okay, I want you to critically evaluate something and give me an answer that I didn't say is something that you could improve. I would also like to say
moving and shooting.
Okay, that's just you saying two words. While you're thinking, something a bit more specific than that. Your perception, awareness, target acquisition rate, they're very specific. What I'm going to say is, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to say that there was one moment where I got in a Ghost to drive around just to faff about and you took out the alien sniper rifle and shot the Ghost and it exploded in one hit. So I'm not entirely sure that's a sniper rifle. It looks an awful lot more like a sort of mag rail or anti-vehicle weapon, like anti-materiel weapon.
I wasn't able to think at all then because I was listening to what you were saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to be quiet while she thinks.
I honestly can't even remember the question.
Critically evaluate the way you played and or the way you play in general, and tell me something that I didn't say that you need to do better in.
I think you've actually said it for everything. I cannot think of anything.
Okay, what do you need to do better with a different gun then?
Not be scared. Aim it better. Understand close range and far off range. Don't use snipers a foot in front of you.
That's a good one. Tell me something about melee.
It's better to sneak up on somebody.
Why?
Because they can't hear you.
Why is that better?
Because then you get the sneak jump. They can't move. They can't retaliate.
They can't retaliate. I mean, everything else you said was gibberish, but that was useful. Why is retaliation something that you don't want them to do?
Because they move about and they could get the jump on you.
How? Because you're moving, aren't you?
Yeah, but they can get behind me and then I can't see behind me.
Well, how come you can't get behind them when they're moving if they can get behind you while you're moving?
Because I can't always judge which way they're going to go.
But how do they get behind you consistently?
Because sometimes I get a bit confused with all the movement.
And what do you do when you get confused?
I panic.
And what do you do when you panic?
I throw a grenade.
Or?
I don't know, I shoot.
Sometimes you do, but when you're right up close to somebody?
I don't know, I just start thwacking.
Yes, that's it. You just hammer on the melee button and hope that you hit the person. You don't time and judge your attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very easy for a person to just wait for you to melee the air, as you literally just melee the air, and I'm just watching you melee a ghost, walk past me and I'm behind you. Thanks very much, Hen. Whack. Move on. But
okay.
you are a little bit better at that with the sword. Because we are more likely to kill each other in sword than in melee. And I think if you
can lock on.
Yes, but I think if you could take that in to melee, that calmness, you'd do better.
Right. I shall work on that then as well.
No, but you just right in front of us, you just worked on your objectivity and critical evaluation because you just identified something you need to work on.
Yes, so I will work on that for future, and I shall also work on my exit from this, because I still say the same thing I've always said, which is, if you liked what you heard and you'd like to hear more, you can always subscribe to the channel. You can hit the like button, the share button. That'd be fantastic. You can hit the, I don't know what other button I was going to say. You can leave a comment down below. That'd be fantastic. Or you can email us at overshadowcast@gmail.com. All emails, comments are welcome. Is there anything you'd like us to discuss? Any pointers you'd like to give? Yeah, we always love those. That sounded really sarcastic. I didn't mean for it to sound sarcastic.
Did you say hit the share button?
Yes.
YouTube doesn't have a share button, does it?
Yeah, it does.
I think you meant to say subscribe and notification bell as well, because you didn't say those, I don't think.
I apologize.
Oh, it does. Well,
yes, it does.
Don't do that. Jeez, you've got lives to live. Just get on with your lives. You don't need to do that.
So thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.